Hey, Scorpio, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your July 2022 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. Today we'll dive into the collective energy of Scorpio and take a look at the key themes that are showing up for you in the month of July. We'll also take a look at the soul's truth, what questions your soul really wants you to dive into, and action steps that you can take to be sure that you are living your best, most positive, authentic life, Scorpio. And lastly, we'll get messages from Spirit. So just a friendly reminder, these are general readings. Please do take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or even entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, Scorpio, your key themes here. We have perspective, divine guidance, soul lessons, and spiritual toolbox. So you're gaining a brand new perspective here. There's some situation in your life that maybe you had a hard or difficult time surrendering to here and gaining a higher perspective of a cycle here. This says new point of view, big picture. This may be about you seeking professional guidance as well to help you gain the clarity required and needed to push forward on a situation, whether this is in your health, whether it's in your relationships, your personal life, your professional life. You are taking off those rose-colored lenses and you're seeing the truth and clarity of a situation here. There's no sugarcoating around a situation. You're gaining a new perspective, which this new perspective is actually going to lead you to liberation, freedom. I really like this card for you, Scorpio, because sometimes even if we're going through some challenges, which you do have soul lessons come in. So even if you're struggling in a certain area or many areas of your life, sometimes just seeing them for soul lessons, seeing the higher perspective, the growth, the knowledge, the education that comes from some of these lessons is enough to really transform your thinking in a positive way and to shift your external environment here. So you're definitely gaining a new perspective. It's like the Hanged Man energy here for you. It's about sacrifice at times, sacrificing the way something was so something can turn out better. Surrender, and maybe a better word than sacrifice. You are being divinely guided. I've been getting this card for a lot of different readings here, Scorpio. So a lot of you have been calling upon your angels. You've been asking for Spirit to really hear your prayers. You've been asking for spiritual strength, assistance, and some of you have even been asking for a miracle. And the divine guidance energy is coming in really strong, specifically for you, Scorpio, as well as on a collective. But I'm just sensing here that your prayers will be answered, and that may be what you're gaining light to. They're just showing me that you're gaining a new point of view. There is a big picture here of something that you couldn't quite see before, and that could be because you're opening up to, again, some spiritual insight, some clarity, some truth here. Now you also have soul lessons, which talks about inner growth. And sometimes, Scorpio, we learn, I wouldn't say sometimes, the majority of the time, our soul evolves through moments in our life that open our heart wide open, whether that is through pain, through loss, through, any sort of events in our life that really just open your heart up to more love, more compassion, vulnerability, and also connection, knowing that we are all here to grow. Now this has to do with wisdom, strength, learning, and teaching as well. So whether you have been the one that has endured the lesson and now you're able to teach what it is that you've learned, or vice versa. This can also talk about karma. So things showing up, and I feel like this is you gaining positive karma. Whatever you've been putting out there, Scorpio, you're receiving back. And this law of karma, whether it comes in this life or the next, it's inevitable. What you put out there, you're going to get back here. But I'm just sensing a lot of you have thought, maybe, when is it my time, regarding maybe a relationship? Maybe you've been wanting to attract love. When is it my time to really climb up in this business idea, my career? And I feel like you're seeing proof of something positive. Prayers have been answered, or you will see proof that the stars are aligning in your favor here. We also have spiritual toolbox. This is I just love this energy. When I created this, this when I created this card, this was about you tuning in to your own intuition. And sometimes we have a hard time trusting, is that my intuition or is that my ego? Not knowing what is what. And it's very important at times to try to differentiate the both, and you can do this by working with the tools that you have available, whether this is tarot and oracle cards, pendulums, crystals, creating that sacred space for you to go inward. And I always say the best form of spiritual toolbox energy is meditation, quieting the mind, opening the heart so you can receive through your crown chakra and your heart as well, that divine messages, the divine energy that we all have within us, but to connect to that source, because sometimes there's fear. There is, these soul lessons that come around that feel like we need to disconnect at times, but really remembering that we are all one is very important here. So this can be about you maybe casting runes. This could be about you saging in energy. Palo Santo, this can be about your belief system as well. So I feel like some of you are working on manifesting your destiny, and you're doing what it takes here to really tap in to that universal life force energy. And a lot of you are receiving divine accurate messages with the divine guidance here. Very positive stuff showing up for you. Let's dive in and see what your soul really wants you to pay attention to. What questions can you ask yourself, Scorpio, here? And we'll pull this, we'll pull a card for each one, and then action steps on how you can overcome any limiting beliefs, overcome any fears, blocks that sometimes show up on this human plane. And one thing that Spirit's been really bringing through for each and every reading on a collective is to remind you, Scorpio, that you are a soul who has come down to earth to have a human experience. So sometimes within those human experiences, not sometimes, all the time, we endure human emotions such as anger, greed, envy, fear, all of those lower vibrational emotions that have to do with this physical earthly realm. But it's very important to know that you are a soul and we are all connected. We are all one. So very important message Spirit's been wanting me to bring about in every single collective reading. So if you've been listening to the other bonus readings for maybe your moon sign or your rising sign, if you hear that repetitive message, it is because Spirit wants each and every one of you to really realize and understand that you came here with a big, beautiful mission. All right, so we have perspective, and then below perspective, your soul wants you to ask yourself, when was the last time I couldn't stop smiling or laughing? And I want you to take a deep breath in when you do answer these questions, Scorpio. And I want you to really go back to a moment when you laughed so hard that maybe you peed your pants. Or maybe it was one of those laughters that you just kept smacking your knee. Feel the laughter grow in your body, your cheeks hurting and your eyes watering. Maybe there was even a snort or two. Laughter is healing. It reminds us to take life less seriously and find the joy in the littlest things. Note to self, laugh more often. And this laughter energy is what you may be shifting. You may be shifting entirely perspectives on the heaviness to a more lightheartedness. And I hope you're following with me here, Scorpio, but what I'm sensing is, again, just like this says, not taking life as seriously. There may be a perspective of maybe seeing through the lens of fear. And this is saying, see through the lens of love, because it does talk about rose-colored lens, but you have the option, and you alone, to see how you perceive the world. Do you want to see through the eyes and through the lens of fear or love? Do you want to take life seriously? Do you want to attract those human emotions that maybe we can only see one way? Or do you want to not take it so seriously? See through the eyes of love, compassion. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of serious things that we need to consider in our lives, but how we perceive them is everything. How we perceive them is how we determine how to make the next step in our future, in our life. So smile more, laugh more. The action step is to make somebody laugh, including yourself, whether it's watching a funny video, whether it is replaying maybe a memory that you felt really good. You were laughing, you were smiling. Maybe to go back and look at pictures of when you felt really happy. Really embody that energy of laughter, happiness, and joy, because a lot of you are shifting from a mindset of, well, the opposite of joy, fear, maybe boredom, maybe just an unsatisfied energy, to shifting that perspective to more joy. So that's beautiful. Next we have divine guidance, and below it we have, am I clear on what my soul really wants? So once you are able to really get clear, I feel like this is what is happening, why you are receiving this divine guidance here, why your answers will be, your prayers will be answered. Angelic support coming through because you're asking. Finally, you're getting clear on what it is that you are asking for help on here. And it says, take out the shoulds and the limitations. Get out of your head, Scorpio, and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with all your heart. And we've been talking about this as well. So ask yourself today, Scorpio, what is it that your soul really wants? What does your heart crave? Then take one step in that direction. Maybe that first step is asking for support, for help. Maybe it's asking for a miracle. Perhaps it's asking for assistance. Literally, it says assistance here. And it doesn't just have to be angelic assistance or spiritual assistance. It can be in the physical realm. Excuse me. It can be in the physical realm, asking somebody to help you out. We as humans sometimes let ego and pride get in the way of receiving help. We have the notion that we can do everything ourselves, or if we don't do it, it doesn't get done right. Whatever it is here showing up for you, whatever you want to truly manifest in your life, the key here is accepting the assistance that is coming your way. Now we also have some soul lessons, and I'm curious to see what's below this energy here. So what we have here, okay, is where am I with my health goals? So some of you may have had some soul lessons, some karma regarding health. Now it can be something such as weight. It can be something such as cancer. I mean, it's going to be different for each and every one of you. But it says here, and health isn't just physical. Thank you, Spirit. I just heard somebody I feel like I just tuned into someone's energy that said, what about mental health, or what about depression or anxiety? Absolutely. Health is so much more than physical. It is internal that manifests into the physical realm here. So where are you with your health goals, Scorpio? Where do you want to be? Why am I not there? And what will it take for me to feel well? All right, there's the learning, there's the teaching, there's the soul lessons. Okay, so this is about inner growth regarding your health. If your body could talk, Scorpio, what would it say? What is your body trying to tell you right now? Is it telling you to slow down, to eat healthier, to eliminate certain foods or certain drinks? Is your anxiety, your depression, is your fears, your worries causing upset stomach, causing restricted heart chakra energy, causing migraines or headaches, causing hip or leg issues? Your body is trying to speak to you in many different ways. So feed your body, Scorpio, what it needs to feel nourished, appreciated, and loved. That may be the soul lesson right there. Appreciation, love, and nourishment. And it says here, make some new exciting goals to take your health to the next level. You've gained some sort of knowledge here. There's some inner growth. It's time for you to it's time for you to use what you've learned here and apply it constructively to your body, to yourself. So whether that is physical, mental, emotional, whatever it is you're working on, you've gained some of the really deep-seated soul lessons. Now that you have those tools, literally spiritual toolbox, now you're able to achieve some sort of goals that you have with your health. All right, and lastly, below spiritual toolbox, we have, what are the dominant emotions that run my life? How do you fill your day? Scorpio? Stress or joy? There's that joy energy again. What's the opposite of joy? What did I say earlier? I didn't say stress, but yes, the opposite of joy can be stress. Trust or anger? Anxiety or peace? We have only today, right now, the journey. No goal, no destination will bring us the feeling we seek. But when we begin feeling every day with that which we value most, we will attract more of it. That, Scorpio, is the true definition of fulfillment. Today's soul action: lean into what you want to feel and adjust your life, your values, and your experiences to match those desires. What do you want to feel? Do you want to feel more joy? Do you want to feel love, compassion? Do you want to feel worthy of whatever it is that you're trying to manifest in your life? Are you willing to let go of the belief that you have to achieve something to feel it? What if you just let it be here? What if you've learned some deep soul lessons and now it's time to just enjoy the feeling? Maybe it's that feeling that matches up to the external here, okay? If that makes sense for you. But again, you have to be willing to let go of the belief that you have to achieve something to feel it. And if that is difficult for you, tap into the spiritual tools that you have available. Now, if you're not sure how to work with those spiritual tools, seek out a mentor, a coach, a guide, whoever this is for you, a healer, because you have what it takes to really learn, grow, and then repeat that cycle by teaching what it is that you've learned as well. So let's take a dive and see what messages are showing up for you from Spirit. Very deep reading here, Scorpio. I feel like all of the signs have had just really deep. I love these. I'd love for you guys to let me know what you think of these bonus readings this time around. Okay, you do want that one. Because I feel like they're quite deep. And I know sometimes people don't want deep, but I feel like the messages that are coming in from Spirit this month are deep. A lot of people are feeling those emotions, especially around this Cancerian time as well. Okay, we have believe here. And it says the force that works through your soul, determining what is possible or impossible. The difference between success over failure. And above all, who you are is the power of your belief. This is all about that perspective energy. You can see it through the eyes of fear or through the eyes of love. That is the success here or failure. You can choose. You have a choice. And it's interesting because you literally have choices showing up here for you. So yes, above all is your power of belief. So your belief is literally about your perspective. You having choices. Choices with the divine guidance, although even though it's kind of showing up with soul lessons here because I swapped the cards around a little bit, but choices is coming in very beautifully. I feel like you're going to choose what is in your highest good, but you're also connecting and receiving the support that's coming in here, the assistance, divine guidance. So it says when you accept responsibility for your life and the choices you make, you begin to tap into the power of your own spirit. You'll be able to listen to and appreciate the intuitive wisdom, there it is, that's inside you, and apply it positively and constructively to your outside world. There is that energy here of being able to listen and appreciate the intuitive wisdom, which we see coming in with divine guidance. This is about your spiritual toolbox as well, and the soul lessons. They all flow together, as you can see here. Next we have, soul solitude below soul lessons. So some of you may have been in hermit mode. Now, hermit mode isn't just an energy of feeling a little bit withdrawn, feeling isolated, maybe even a little bit lonely at times. But the most important aspect of the hermit is to gain that introspection, to do the soul searching required and even needed at times to grow and evolve. It says here, your soul needs attention, Scorpio. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet. I feel like you had peace and quiet coming in here. But this is a time for you to pause, a time to reflect, and a time for you. Absolutely. So this is a time for you just to take a little bit of time out. Again, do that meditating. Create that sacred space. And that's what's coming up on that spiritual toolbox here. So create the sacred space so you can reconnect to the source here, and you can gain that new perspective on the way that you view not only yourself, but the world. And last but not least, below, they're kind of crossing over here, as you can see, but they're really highlighting soul lessons here. And we have letting go. Letting go may be a part of your life's purpose, a part of a soul lesson that may have been difficult for you, that you may still be working through, which we all sometimes take either short periods or longer periods to learn soul lessons. It depends on the growth and it depends on the circumstances as well. There's something here that you may finally release by fall time, because you can see the fall leaves here. But it says once you let go, Scorpio, of the outcome, you'll be able to release all the emotional constraints that have held you back in the past. Trust in the higher good and guidance of spirit, literally divine guidance. Trust in the higher good, as we have only your best intentions at heart and will do everything in our power to protect you. You are protected. That is a very important message for you. So whatever you're telling yourself, if you're letting fear tell you, I'm not protected, I'm not supported, I'm not able to see things clearly, that is the exact opposite of what is coming in for you, because you are supported. You are in an energy of releasing the old to make way for new. And remember here, what are the dominant emotions that run your life? You have a choice how you fill your day. You have a choice to choose stress or joy, a choice to choose trust or anger, and most importantly, that choice to choose anxiety or peace. And some of you are thinking, well, Melissa, it's easier said than done. Absolutely. Trust me, I've had a lot of years of learning some deep soul lessons here. And I know it's easier said than done, Scorpio, but I am telling you, it can be done. You can choose to change the perspective here. And once you do that, your whole world shifts. Your whole world turns around. And Scorpio, you are amazing. You are worthy of attracting the kind of love, the kind of relationships in your life that you want, the kind of soul fulfilling experiences that you came here to life to really live about. So it's time for you to take back control of your life, release what's not serving you, gain this new perspective, gain the hope, gain the clarity, and gain these soul lessons so you can move forward with whatever you felt stuck with in the past here and bring more joy, laughter, and positivity to your life. I believe in you, Scorpio. Do you believe in you? I hope this resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Whew, very emotional energy coming in here. So I hope this helps you out. I love you guys. I hope it brings you positivity and clarity, because you're shifting. You definitely are shifting. A lot of you are going through a transformational time, but you wouldn't be here watching this if you weren't meant to be. For those of you that are here, you're part of this energy. You're part of this soul tribe. You're here to do big things. There's no such thing as coincidence, and you're going to see the proof of that showing up for you in the month of July, and hopefully every month thereafter. So I'm sending you guys tons of love and light. Feel free to hit that share, like, comment, subscribe button if you haven't already. And thank you so much for tuning in. Till next time.